Breaker 19. I thank you for joining the Petty Ass Lump and Reggie podcast. This is the session of Goon Talk, giving our own narratives sincerely. We come on Thursdays at 7 p.m. on the regular, but we have a special segment today. So I had to come on a hot hour early because this is going to get real interesting. This is called the New World Order. Do you feel me? Oh my God. Do you feel what the podcast is talking about? A lot of people are intimidated by speaking on this topic. They don't want to, they be talking all this trash, behind people's backs or whatever. But they don't want to address the real issues and the real problems. They act like they really political correct, but they don't do their homework and they don't do their facts check. So today we got somebody that voted for, guess who? Donald Trump. Yeah, and a lot of people that voted for him, they ain't coming out. They just be hiding behind the doors. Like me, I was hiding behind the doors because I voted for him, and I told you he gonna give us that money. They already talked. What they talking about, Wood? Oh, introduce yourself. I apologize.
Hey, I'm Wood. Hollywood. Yep. Die-hard Trump supporter, no doubt. I just always been wanting to know how to think for myself, and I don't follow the herd because most of the time when you follow the herd, you end up in a fucked up position. I always was the one to go the other way because I always did my own research. Most people just reiterate and regurgitate stuff that other people said, and they don't have no facts on nothing. So I never did support that kind of movement or that kind of dialect or none of that. So, yeah, man, this is a new world order. This is a new movement. Everybody was always talking about this Project 2025, and it bothers me about so many of our black people because our black people are so fear of everything. We're afraid of everything. We are so easy to be tricked by our fears. I mean, like from the history of slavery all the way up to now, we still being controlled by our fears. And the Democratic Party is one I tremendously oppose because they was the home of the slave owners. They was the Ku Klux Klan. They was the Jim Crow movement. And it's like, how do we end up supporting a movement that never benefited us, right? So a lot of us picked the Democratic Party because our families were Democrats and their families were Democrat. But we never stepped outside the box to really see what their policies are. I'm pro-guns, I'm pro-life. They're Republican ideals, right? I'm probably the only black Republican in my neighborhood, and I'm from the projects. I'm from Lexington Terrace, and I'm probably the only Trump supporter around there. So I goes through it with everybody in my hood, just trying to enlighten them. But sometimes when you already conditioned in a particular way of thinking, we think it's something offensive, wrong to change our mind. A car got a steering wheel in it, so if you're going the wrong way, you can turn around. But just so happen, our people don't like to change their mind. They don't like to turn around, no matter how dire their situation is. They will not change their mind. And I got a big problem with that because in the midst of change or in the midst of opposition, I'm changing my mind for the better outcome. I'm not going to keep picking something that's detrimental to us. And if you really look at all the Democratic cities around this country, from Baltimore, Philly, Seattle, St. Louis, Memphis, all these predominantly black Democratic cities, all of them are hellholes. All of them are suffering. And it's like, why do we keep on picking something that's constantly suffering? It's like we never give nothing else a chance. So it's like we know what the outcome of the Democratic Party going to end up being. A bunch of begging, a bunch of welfare programs, a bunch of cripple me moments. And it's like at one particular time when we didn't have that many opportunities, okay, I can understand it. But now we got more opportunities. There's no reason why we should still be in last place when it comes to everything except our own genocide. It's like we support everything that's bad for us and we don't never support nothing that's good for us because we never changes our mind.
So all the people that first, let me touch about this. I said we were gonna get money, since the stimulus, but they be like, Trump ain't give us no stimulus package and none of that. They quick for saying that, but I want to talk about this $5,000. Where is this money coming from?
The money is coming from all this false money that was going into these politicians' accounts. And Elon Musk, what he's doing is he is retracking all of this wasteful spending that was going to all these U.S. aid programs, all these programs that was going, all these allocated funds that was going to all these false programs, FEMA. They was getting hundreds and billions of dollars to help people across the world. And most of those people never really got the aid or the benefit of what that money was going to. So what Elon Musk doing, he retracking all that money, putting a stop to it, and trying to give some of the taxpayers some of the money back. That because all this money that was going to this foreign aid was coming from the taxpayers. This is why we as taxpayers pay so much money going out. Because if you look at it, it's like we're getting federal tax, we're getting state tax. We're being taxed every time we go and purchase something. So we're being taxed every time we spend a dollar. So when you look at it out of 100%, we really paying 70% in taxes. And that never was the case. You know, and taxes were never really a mandate. So as an extra incentive, Elon Musk really trying to give the American people some of that money back through a stimulus, which might be anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000. So he's taking $1 trillion cut and dividing it up almost between 270 million people that's in this country. So he wants the taxpayers to get some of that money back, because most of it got to go back to the deficit. Because if we keep going in this direction with the economy, before they intervene, then we're going to go bankrupt as a nation because there's too much money going out. We're in a $35 trillion debt. That's crazy. So we was ready to go into a bankrupt as a country. Elon Musk come in to save the day. I don't know why they got a problem with Slim. He really just letting you know, yo, look, this was been going on with your money. They've been stealing your bread. Here it is. He got some young tech geniuses, 18 and 19 years old, tech savvy, that went through all the records. And come to find out, you got so much money to go on to people that's not even alive.
Can you address this? People saying that he's getting everybody Social Security, he's getting all the old people Social Security, and he's Elon Musk, and he's stopping them from getting Medicaid and all that.
No,
yeah, so
that's a lie. All that's really a lie. So you got to realize that a lot of these comments is coming from most Democrats. The people that don't want them in there, I don't know why. So they're looking for anything to try to paint the narrative to support their claim that they're not worthy. Elon Musk, he's the richest man in the world, not the country, the world. A man worth almost $500 billion. So he don't need your little couple $100 that you got in your account. He don't need your Social Security number. Y'all on Temu, Amazon, y'all shop online for all this stuff, and all these corporations got your information. So what is the harm that this man would have to keep your information? And it's like the brokest people are always the ones worrying so much about somebody taking something from them. Nobody wants your money. It's not about your money. The man wouldn't even go in and try to retract your money back to you if they was out to take your money. What are they going to do with your Social Security number? It's like, what is the benefit of having that? That's no top secret. He got top geniuses on them computers, tech savvy. They can take everybody's information. They already got it. If you got Facebook, you got any of them accounts, they already got it. They don't want your money. There's so much money that's going to people that's not even alive. So the other day, Elon Musk addressed all these federal workers, right? And what Elon Musk did and said to the federal workers was like, send me a 5-bullet point email explaining what did you do on your job in the last week. This is a genius right here. So he sent this email out to all these federal workers to send him an email back so we can know whether we need you in these positions that we're giving you all this money for as a federal job, and you're not doing nothing. There's too many of them got these jobs that's not doing a damn thing, right?
So they're the ones that got fired.
A lot of them got fired because they didn't want to come back to work because they got too comfortable with working at home since the pandemic. Now it's time to go back to work like everybody else. They don't want to because they didn't got comfortable and they don't want to go back to work. So they said, okay, we will offer you an 8-month buyout. We'll buy you out for 8 months for you to resign. They don't want to do that. They want to try to buck against the system to stay home and work. This is some lazy shit. And then come to find out, all that do is make them look deeper into the case and see that we really don't even need y'all. So we paying all this money to y'all for nothing. Right? So when he sent that out and told them send him the email back, he's so slick that now, because he want to know, are these accounts that's getting paid on the payroll for the federal government, are these people even existing? So for me to not get a response back in 2 days and you don't reply, that means you don't even exist. That's what it means. A lot of them don't even exist. Otherwise, you should be able to send me an email back, let me know what you do at your job. And a lot of them couldn't even answer that.
Hey, Karma, did you find somebody that's a Trump hater? Because we got somebody that's representing for Trump right here. And shouldn't people have the right to choose who they want to vote for?
That's what I thought. I hate the Democratic Party. I swear I do, because I didn't know that they were so biased and so hateful, right? In this election right here, let me know where the hate really is at. And it's like, damn, y'all claim these people so racist. They ain't did one thing racist. They act like these people did something personal to them. So it's like this same race that we claim they are, I done seen all these black people demonstrate that same hatred. And my big problem with that is we don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. And it's like all these motherfuckers that act like they hating Trump and hating Elon Musk, these are the motherfuckers that you need. We don't own no schools, we don't own no hospitals, we don't own no supermarkets as a people. All these black billionaires we got out here, millionaires, they don't do a damn thing for the community. So if there's anybody's responsibility to help the black people out, it should be somebody that's black, like Obama, sucker ass. That ain't do a damn thing. And he had 8 years, and all they keep crying about, well, he had Obamacare, and most of them can't even name 2 people that's benefiting from Obamacare. Okay. All he did was pass the LGBTQ rights and gave them rights. That's all he did. Now here comes Joe Biden come out of hers. He incompetent to run. She powerless. She's another incompetent one. And there's nowhere in the world we should think she should be the president just because she's black. Ain't even black. That's what they want her to be. You can't make people be something they totally telling you they're not. She clearly said out her own mouth, I'm not doing nothing specifically just for black people, but you did it for the Asian community, the Jewish community, all the other communities you did it for. Why not the black people? And we still gonna ignore that and still pick her to, oh yeah, we just need it. No, it's not about just having no black person or no woman in there just to say we got a woman in there. No, this is bigger than that. That's why it's called the New World Order, because it takes more than that to run a nation. No foreign leader's gonna respect her. She don't know nothing about politics or foreign affairs. All her history was being a prosecutor and locking black men up. So I don't see why black people just jumped on her bandwagon. And I realized that most of the dudes that picked her, most of them live in a household with their woman, and they so fucking became so passive that they let their woman choice in the household determine his choice. So he picking her just because of that. You're supposed to be the alpha male and be able to give her some direction so she can know what the policies you're voting for is. Her main thing was voting. Her thing, only thing she was really running on is abortion, aborting black babies, and she's married to a white man, a Jew at that.
Oh yeah. So all right. So what? During the other countries, what woman is running their country?
You got Germany. Germany got a woman that's running the country. It's an African nation that got a queen that's running the country, but it's only about 7 to 8 to 10 women that's running their nations, and they're doing pretty well. But they're qualified women, not just because they know women. You know what I mean? So it's like Kamala, she was definitely not the one. I think we definitely should have a woman somewhere along the line to be able to run the country, but not her, not any woman, because we would have been in a total disarray right now. Trump done got billions from all across the world donating to try to help this infrastructure and bring America back. That's what we need, a leader that's respected. She don't nobody respect her. She can't even answer a simple question.
Yeah, I thank y'all for joining the Petty Ass Podcast. This is what we do. We if you got something, we fact checking. We saying real stuff, real truth about the Trump organization and how he's becoming and he's doing. So if you got any questions you want to ask her, she said facts. He said facts. And you speaking facts. That was Cornerstone. And thank you for joining, Tim. We on here. We on this Goon Talk, and we talking about the Trump.
Yeah, it's like, man, we gotta wake up as a people. We gotta stop trying to think with our emotions. We done got so emotional. We done severed relationships. We done stopped dealing with people and cut people off all because they voted differently. I thought that was absurd. That's a big bundle of ignorance to me. because our biggest problem is each other. It's like we keep talking about the white man, the white man, the white man. It ain't the white man's responsibility to take care of us. It's our responsibility as black people to help each other out. And we don't do that. Owning a little corner store, a little restaurant, that's cool. But that only benefits your family. That don't benefit and serve the greater population of black people. And it's like until we come together as a people, as black people, and show the world that we love each other and our power to dollar. Like now, they want to do some boycott with Target and all this shit. I think tomorrow they're supposed to have a blackout. That is the most dumbest shit ever. We always formulating to try to show some unity, only for the people to say, okay, we apologize, and then we go right back to spending our money back to Target.
But they're saying it's going to be a big effect if everybody don't spend nothing. But that's impossible.
But we need an alternative. We need to be able to not spend there and go spend with the black stores. But unfortunately, we don't own shit. So we don't own nothing. So we don't do nothing. Let that go by a day or two, and then people will go right back to them same stores giving them the money. So when it comes to unifying, we unify for the wrong shit. We want to march and protest. That don't get no results. All it do is let you go to any peaceful protest and march, and then go back to normal after that. Because where we going to shop at other than that? What you going to listen to punk ass Al Sharpton and go to Costco's? Fuck no, they parent companies are the same establishment you go protesting. I don't see what's the problem with the Target. Because Target ain't never said they ain't hiring black people. Target just saying that all they did is wrote a mandate to say that you don't have to submit the consensus of who you're hiring no more. That's the only thing they did with this DEI to take out of Target. At one time, they had to keep a poll and to keep a tally up of how many Hispanics you hiring, how many women you're hiring. The DEI was really for women because women felt like they wasn't getting the proper treatment in the workplace because they was catering to men in a lot of departments, and to transgenders and you know the gay community. They felt like they was being disenfranchised and wasn't getting a fair opportunity. So the DEI was created really for them. But black people so conditioned to be the victim that we think everything is about affecting us, and we benefit the least from DEI. We benefit the least. The white women benefit the most from DEI. So we don't even do research. We're here on the news and we'll go run right with it and just attach our emotion to some shit that's inaccurate. And that's our biggest problem. So that's why we always attach an emotion to shit, because we ain't got no facts. And come to find out, the same shit you thought was prejudice and racial, we display the most hatred towards each other than any race of people towards us. So our biggest problem should be with each other and fixing each other versus looking for the white man to be the savior.
Oh, thank you for joining Dream Creation. Thank you for joining Tiffany. Thank you for joining Prince. We're having a discussion about what Trump is doing. This is called the New World Order, about what Trump is doing. And is he doing it correctly? What is opposed? What you don't like about Trump? Because we know a lot of people voted for him, but they behind closed doors hiding and just waiting for this money. Like me, I'm waiting for that money that he said he's getting. And I hear everybody, they sitting back.
It's like the main people that don't like him is going to be the first ones looking for a fucking check. And they shouldn't get a motherfucking thing. They should go ask Kamala and Biden, the ones they voted for. That's where they should go and ask where our money at, because they gave money to all the nations except American people. Then you got this old chick, Jasmine Crockett, that's up in New York, talking about, well, she don't think we ain't in the business of giving away no $5,000, but you just gave $59 million to these Hispanics up in New York to be staying in lush hotels when they're supposed to be getting deported out the country. So you can give everybody else money, but it ain't cool for us to get our tax mileage back. This money, our money. In your count, you worth $175,000 a year, but in your count, you got $9 million. So all of them crooks, and they always throw them black women out there to be divorced for the Democratic Party. I used to like Maxine Waters, but now she sucked. I don't like her ass no more because she let them people use her as a pawn to be divorced for black people and go out there with that inaccurate information, and then when the motherfuckers shoot their ass down, they always crying racism. That shit played out. That fucking race card shit played the fuck out because we treat each other worse than anybody. If anybody owe us something, it's Obama. And them black motherfuckers that get in them positions and get in there and don't do a damn thing for us. And then we look at the white man like they holding us back. The white man's supposed to look out for his people first. Why he gonna put you over his people? See, we don't understand that because we don't do that. We don't look out for our people. So we're going to always hate on somebody else to look out for their people and call it racist. That shit I got a problem with.
So you're going to get a lot of back. But tell us about how, what did Obama do good for us as a whole?
Obama ain't did a damn thing for us. He had 8 years to do it. And I was a pro-Obama fan when he first came in. I like the fact that we got a black man in there, but he got in there. That motherfucker ain't signed their one executive order. See how Trump get in there and sign an executive order? That's what a leader do. Not sit back and don't sign shit because you think they're going to vote against it. You sign it anyway and make them deny that shit. At least you shot for it. He ain't shoot for shit. The only thing he pushed is gay marriage and Obamacare. And I'm quite sure Obamacare helped a lot of people. But there's a whole lot that don't even have it. But they'll talk about it. But when you ask them, how many of your family got Obamacare? They probably can't even name but 1 or 2 motherfuckers. So it really didn't help nobody. He from Chicago. Chicago got one of the highest crime rates in the country. He ain't did one thing about helping them black men stop the killing up there. So it's like he wasted 8 years. He was the biggest disgrace. We just get so caught up on this black shit. That's the shit we got to get off. That shit get us in trouble because we get too caught up on this black. Oh, I'm just supporting him because he's black. No, support him because he got a cause and he stand for something. You know what I mean? So that's the stuff I got a problem with.
They said some people said we ain't vote for nobody because rather who we voted for, they felt like they already was going to win.
I mean, everybody got their right to vote for whoever they want to vote for, but I don't think a person should hate another person because they voted the other way. It's like people that voted the other way voting for change. We're in a democratic city. Ain't nothing happening good in a city but genocide, especially in our communities. All we see on the news, carjacking, killing each other, robbing each other. We doing that shit to each other. And all them democratic policies is what keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like until we change, like we got the black girl that's a Republican named Kim Klacik. That's from Baltimore.
Hold up before you, we're gonna touch that. But the one that's in Texas, that's shooting Trump down at every, you know her name?
Oh, the lady, Texas,
the congressman at Texas, that she be on there speaking all
I ain't see her. I seen the one from Maine though. Too much she gonna take Trump to court or something. I seen her, but she trying to protect the transgender movement. She trying to protect the man. She agreeing with the man in women's sports and all that shit. So Trump was like, letting her know, like, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna comply or not? And she said, oh no, I'm sticking to my guns. I ain't listening to you. I'm taking it to the federal level. And Trump was basically saying, yo, we is the federal level. What the fuck you talking about? Well, good luck with that. I see your ass in court and you really need to be looking for another job. Bullshit. You gonna listen, motherfucker, or you gonna get the fuck out of there. You going against the policy. Okay. You know what I mean? So I'm with all that. I love Slim. He the best president we ever had in my lifetime.
You are fired.
Yeah. Because one thing about him, you might not like what he say, but it's real. And the shit he come out to say come out to be truthful. Everything that man came out and said turned out to be truthful, but in the beginning, it might have been offensive. Just like when he was running the first time and he got on Hillary Clinton said, yeah, where them emails at? Where them 5 million emails? Ain't nobody know nothing about that, but Slim put that shit out there and it made broad attention to it. Joe Biden and his son and his whole crime family. Yo, put that shit out there to let motherfucker know, motherfucker, don't be trying to hide that shit. So he say the shit that most motherfuckers scared to say. That's why I liked him.
One the other question I have is that Trump be saying the news is fake news.
Yeah.
All right, but look, they got a whole lot of protesting that's going on that's all over the country, but it's not on the news right now. They protesting.
A lot of the protests. See, all you gotta do is go in there and look it up. It'll come up. It just ain't coming up naturally on the feed. But when I looked it up, they saying, "Yo, Trump, the dude, you need it in there."
When you looked it up,
I seen all that. Everything I looked up on there under the protest with the people saying, you got a select few that's against him only because he against what they stand for, and most of the people that's against him is the transgender people, the people that's he changing whatever their culture is. They the only ones protesting. The rest of the people glad you win. And look at Britain and Europe and a lot of them countries in Europe. They pro-Trump. That's what they don't want to really show you. You know what I mean? But yeah, they ain't against you. For real, all the ones against him is against what he's standing for. Deporting the migrants, the illegal migrants and shit like that. They're the only ones protesting for real.
But when they deporting the migrants, they only supposed to target the ones that's got the criminal.
No, whoever illegal, whoever came over here illegally, whether they criminal or not. But the criminals, the ones that got the the heinous crimes over here, that's what they really going after first. Try and get them out of here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But our people need to get some balls. We got balls for the wrong shit. They keep talking about, they're going to impose Project 2025. But where is it at? I'm still waiting on it. I'm waiting on the concentration camps. I'm waiting on all this fear mongering that these people was talking about all this time before was came in there. They had all these things. It's like, how the fuck do you know what this man going to do, and you don't even know what you going to do tomorrow?
It's a lot of people that don't like Trump and don't understand what he is doing. That's what they saying. They don't like Trump and they don't understand what he's doing. But all right, then I heard this other question. They saying that he's trying to be a dictator like Putin. So that's what the problem is.
That's because most people not leaders out here, and it shows you about us having a democratic state, and most people keep picking the same failing policies. They don't even know why they voting for it. They just go with it just because, right? Mm-hmm. So dictatorship, like Putin, that's a communist country. We're not communists. If he was trying to be a dictator, he wouldn't be trying to save the American people. He wouldn't be so pro-American the way he is. That ain't what a dictator do. He just got balls and he's a boss leader. And most people that don't have that mentality will never understand somebody like that. That's all that shit is. But Yo doing everything for the American people. He ain't got to do that. He the only president that ain't took a salary. Elon Musk, he don't take a salary. They the only motherfuckers that ever did that. A president's salary is $400 and something thousand a year. They don't take the salary. They ain't taking the first term. You know what I mean? Real people don't do that. Yeah, they don't take no. Trump, the only president that family or history or bloodline didn't have slave owners. Every other president had slave owners. Their descendants had slave owners. He the only president ain't connected to no slave owners, but he racist. Come on, black people. We gotta do better than that. We keep playing this victim game. We keep playing this fucking poor me. Get the fuck up off your ass, motherfucker. Take that welfare. Take all that shit from the motherfuckers that don't deserve it. Some people just unfortunate in a fucked up situation. Yeah, they need some assistance. Cool, to a degree. But you're supposed to have no whole life history off no motherfucking welfare stamps and the taxpayers got to pay for that shit.
They said that when a lot of people, they got a lot of backlash for voting for Trump, and they said, why are they trying to judge me rather than wanting Trump to do good?
Absolutely, Trump doing a phenomenal job. The man ain't even been in there 100 days yet, and the man did more than Obama, Kamala, and Biden did in their whole terms, and he did that, and it ain't even too much yet. And nobody want to get a man credit. Like, he did everything he said he was going to do. The rest of the motherfuckers, we get so caught up with the lies and the sweet talk, the articulation of Obama sounding slick and swaggy, but ain't getting shit done. We too caught up on looking good instead of doing good. You know what I mean?
I had 5 people. I said, look, you so much of a Trump basher. Why don't you come on here and tell us why you bashing Trump?
They can't come up with nothing. If you ask them, they always talking about he's racist. You ask them, what have you done that's racist? Prove it to me. They can't think of nothing. Only thing they can go back to is fucking Central Park 5, 35 years ago. Now, you got to put yourself in that position. You got 5 black kids that was accused of raping this white woman and killing this white woman, right? That confessed to it in the beginning. And you're a white politician, and this is a white woman. Of course, if a motherfucker say they did it, whether they was forced or not, you don't know that. All you know is they made a confession. Of course, you're going to say, yeah, give them the death penalty. We look at that like that's racist. Same way we would feel if a black girl got raped and we found out some 5 white boys did it and confessed to it. We're going to say, man, get that motherfucker the death penalty. Kill that bitches. That's how we're going to look at it. So why is it different when they do it for their people? And you confess to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be tripping on. We so one-sided.
So that's in the history book where it's though I seen when they showed him standing right there when they was coming into the courtroom and stuff like that. So that's
yeah, they use that. They go all the way back to that. They don't look at that. He was the first one when Nelson Mandela got released. He sent this private jet over there to get him and his family to bring him into the country because ain't nobody else want to bring him into the country. He the first one gave punk ass Jesse Jackson finance this campaign to try to run for president when he wanted to run for president back then. He the first one gave Mike Tyson that $10 million when Yo fell on his ass and went bankrupt and broke. Racist people don't do that. Yo just dedicated a whole garden at the White House for the historical people and got Rosa Parks, fucking all these black, Frederick Douglass, Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King. He got all these black historical figures that he wanted to dedicate as a mural in the garden. Racist people don't do that. So it's like we'll ignore all the shit he's doing and try to go and find and cherry pick one or two things and say, see, he racist. How many times we done call white people crackers and all kinds of names and every other race of people? So why is it different if another motherfucker say anything, even though I ain't never heard him call nobody no nigga, none of that kind of shit. So it's like, where do y'all get this shit from? And it's like, we'll just hear somebody say something and go right and go regurgitate it and try to use that. It's like, we lost, man. We gotta wake the fuck up.
Thank you for joining the Rose Doug Talk. Thank you, Trump don't understand what he's doing. They just said another green person said, a lot of people just don't understand what he is doing. So how can we understand? I mean, we see that everybody is getting frustrated and stuff because they scared. They scared about our welfare. But our welfare is we come home. Our welfare is really hard out here for us, and we trying to get back. But we still pushing, still going, still moving. Even though it's a hurdle we're here, we going around everything.
Yeah, we're too spoiled. We just too spoiled because there's more opportunity. Ain't nowhere in the world them Hispanics can come over in this country and make a living and shack up and go tent in the house and get every house on the block eventually. They got skills. We still waiting for handouts. We still waiting for reparations and 40 acres in the mule and shit like that. And then when opportunity come, we don't know what to do with it. We don't know what the fuck to do with it. They came out with them PPP loans. Where motherfuckers go to? The lawyer in the Gucci store and the car dealership. They was falsifying information to get this free 20 and 30,000. Then they went straight and spent the money. It's for a fucking business, idiot. And then we looking at the government like they don't do nothing for us. We don't even know what to do with it. Because if we did, we invest it. It's to give to you so that you can invest it. Same way with this $5,000 that they give out, right? Or how much of it is going to be. Most motherfuckers going to go and try to catch up on some bills and go do purchase shit that's going to get taxed and go right back into the system. That's what it's going to do. It's going to get taxed instead of investing it into something so you can always have a recurring wealth. We don't have the fortitude or the sense to even do that shit. Some of us do, but for the most part, we don't. We're going to go right and spend it and blow it on a bag, on some fucking BBLs, some fucking lashes, and a bunch of insignificant shit that you don't get no return of your money back on. And then we're going to cry broke 30 days later, looking for another check. It's like we got to get our awareness up on what the fuck to do with the money. We lack information, man. As long as you got information, your own Bible tell you that a fool his money shall soon depart.
So how long you think it's before we going to have to wait for we not getting our overtime tax? Because they turn you up in that overtime.
Oh yeah, that's great. He already passed that. So that's the only when it actually takes effect. But they already passed no overtime tax, no tax on Social Security, and all that. So you know what I mean? That's a benefit. Yo doing shit that ain't been done. Them other motherfuckers ain't did a damn thing. Y'all can't name nothing that the Democrats did to help the people. But take your fucking money and send it overseas. But we still want to keep picking Democrat. I'm trying to turn our state red. Trying to turn this state red.
Guess how you doing today?
I'm good, man.
All right, peace, bro.
Any questions you want to ask as a Trump hater or a Trump supporter?
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Trump, though.
That's right. Salute, bro. That's right. You on it.
I fuck with Trump, though.
So what you think he's doing good?
He doing more for the black man than anybody else did.
That's right, fam. That's right.
But all right, but you know you're gonna get the backlash when they gonna say he's messing up everything for our senior citizens, our elders, and stuff like that about the.
But he ain't touching Medicaid. He already made a statement. He ain't borrowing Medicaid or Social Security, so y'all ain't gotta worry about that. See, what I hate about our people is we ignore that like that ain't happening, and we're listening to punk ass D.L. Hughley or punk ass Plies somebody that's straight hating, don't know shit about politics, and to go give their narrative and then go jump right on the bandwagon with that instead of listening to the shit out the man mouth. You know what I mean? One thing about Slim, he said he ain't touching that and stop asking him about it. He's not fucking with the Medicare or the Medicaid or Social Security. So they don't have to worry about that. But they're going to look into all that shit. The CPS, Child Protective Services, all that. They're looking into all of it because there's so much scamming going on. So they got to freeze everything. You know what I mean? For a minute just to see what the fuck's going on. There's too much money going out to all these establishments. The World Health Organization, their grade crashed because he separated the United States from the World Health Organization. So now they grade go bankrupt because they were so relied upon taking all our money.
So do you remember that all of the privileges, the money was going to the privileged organizations that it was money? Do you remember at least 3 of them? That it didn't make sense that they was giving that money to.
Ukraine, one of them.
No, I'm talking about when there was this, he was like something like Peanut Farm or something that.
Oh, all that kind of shit. Yeah, they fucking balloons. They got fucking glitter, the removed glitter. The sock parent, they was giving like $2.4 million a year to help find socks, the missing socks movement. All these are shell companies. They just fake ass establishments, but it was going into somebody's pocket. They had shit where you fucking the measure fucking puddle depth when it rained and the potholes in the ground. How much water actually we losing going into potholes. They had money that's going to shit like that, $3 million a year to that shit. You know what I mean? $10 million a year to clean out government buildings. So it's like they had all these fake ass entities that they was supposedly sending money to that ain't get a damn thing. But they was going in them politicians' pockets.
Yeah.
And it's real, and it's facts. It ain't like that shit just made up.
Thank you for joining us, Billy. Thank you for joining us, E-Bags, man. We having a discussion today about Trump. If you're a hater or you're a supporter. We taking all comments because we really up here informing people about what he is doing good for all the people that think he is not doing a wonderful job. So if y'all got any questions, y'all can ask while y'all on the panel, y'all too. If y'all got anything you want to get off your chest. Are you a supporter? Who's you? You don't want to touch it? You're not a supporter? All right, so why are you not a supporter then? The stupid shit he be saying, give us an example of what stupid shit he be saying.
Like it's just like, I like to just be, well, it's just like you lying about that shit that you said, and I'm like, it's just crazy.
Okay.
So my question is, of course, I'm quite sure we all said something that somebody can disagree with, right? So you can either go by what a person said versus what they do. Now you can go with somebody like Obama that says all the wonderful things, but ain't showed nothing that he done. So it's about what you do, not so much as what you said. You got to realize he a businessman, he's not a politician. You know what I mean? So of course I don't agree with everything he said, but I don't agree with a whole lot of people say. But I would rather you be real so I can know how to deal with you versus you just giving me some sweet words and manipulating me and lying to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to each his own, not to throw shade on your perspective. You know what I mean? You got a right to feel how you feel. You know what I mean? But I think that a person should really go by what a person actually doing versus what they say. You know what I mean?
Well, we thank y'all for joining the podcast. This is the Petty Podcast, and we on YouTube. Subscribe and like if you haven't done, because we can read comments up here now. But thank you for joining us, Juno Star. We appreciate you. We thank you for giving us some hundreds, because Wood is talking. He's giving you the real, he's giving you real facts. We asking you. We ain't trying to stump you. We trying if something you hate about Trump, speak about it. Something you like about what he's doing, speak about it. Look, you got a right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. You know what I mean? Just like we had to learn, we got the right to walk whoever we want to walk with.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. And thank you, Jared joined. Thank you for joining us. If you got anybody type in the comments that any questions they want to ask. So if you don't have any more questions for us, you can add somebody up if you don't mind. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So anybody else want to come up, send me a request and we'll bring you up. If you got something smart to say that you want to, this is Petty Podcast and we take it off, but it's Goon Talk. We tell you the giving our own narrative sincerely. We tell you the real. And this is what we do every Thursday at 7 p.m.
And just for the record, he just appointed this black lady to be the pardon czar. Trump pardoned this black woman. She had some little rinky-dink bull crap charge. She served 22 years in prison. He pardoned her on his last term to get out. So now he just made her the pardon czar, right? Meaning that anybody that's in this country that's need a pardon, they got to go through her approval first, because he wanted to take somebody that been through it versus these motherfucking politicians that ain't been through nothing and trying to get them to be able to sympathize with people like us that came home from the joint. So he appointed this black lady, I think her name Alexis Johnson, Alice Johnson, something like that, right? But he just appointed her as the pardon czar, something never heard of before. So you gotta give him kudos for that. The pardon czar, he put her in charge of pardons. So anybody, it got to go through her because she can understand what they're going through for a lot of people that's locked up unjustly for all this time and can't get a solid pardon. But they want to pardon these pedophiles and pardon all these corrupt judges and shit. You know what I mean? So Trump like killing the game in every fucking category. You might not like his rhetoric and the way he speaks shit, but one thing you can say about him, he real, he blunt, and he to the point. He ain't gonna give you no bullshit.
And our speaker said you gotta separate logic from emotion.
All day long. We're too emotional, man. We're too emotional.
Thank you, J-Rob, thank you for joining the Petty Ass Podcast. This is what we do. We talking Trump.
Y'all see my ass. You know what I mean? Trump, fuck your feelings. Yeah, that's real shit. We get too emotional about the wrong shit. We want to rise up and put a stop to something. We need to rise up about all this black on black violence and the way we killing each other. We quiet as shit to that kind of shit. You know what I mean? We act like that's normal. But as soon as the white motherfucker say one thing, oh, they racist, man, kill that shit. That shit's some bullshit. That shit played out. Keep playing a race card. That shit played the fuck out. We the only ones still around crying about racism when our self-hate towards one another surmount any kind of racism that we ever encountered.
So why do you think he had got they tried to assassinate him already, twice.
Right.
So why, all these Secret Service and all these little boosts that since we've been on, we ain't really been seeing that.
Right.
Like somebody really coming at our president like that. Why do you think it's so?
That's because they know that, they can't control yo.
You was home when that shit has happened. The little white boy got locked up and shooting at Joe with the rifle and shit.
Right.
But he ain't get killed.
No, you right.
Yeah, but I mean, even though he ain't get killed, but that's the thing. They right. They ain't gonna kill a white person. It's like, why do we keep looking for the justice that we don't even treat? Like, we'll kill another black police, he'll kill a nigga quick. They ain't gonna kill that white boy. So if we can't learn nothing else from these kind of people, learn to take a page out their book. They look out for their people. Mm-hmm. So we gotta learn to look out for our people. You know what I mean? Like Billy Ruth, they went in the church and shot up all the black people in the church in North Carolina. They took his ass to fucking Burger King after they locked him up and got him some motherfucking burger and fries and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, we'll get mad, like, damn, they didn't kill him. They don't supposed to, they white. Why we keep expecting them to cross their people? Yo killed us. We're the enemy to a lot of them. So why we expect that justice? We need to say, oh, damn. Well, they looked out for theirs. Let us start looking out for ours. We don't do that. We're quick to sell each other out. That's just like these niggas nowadays. You got a lot of these rat-ass niggas, right? They come home from the joint, they might have been solid. Ain't rat on a nigga, did they times, split 10 toes down. Niggas mad at niggas like that. They gotta make you out to be a snitcher, like they trying to be Big Meech. They gotta make him out to be a snitcher now. All of a sudden, oh yeah, he had to. Like, why are we so quick to demoralize our own people and put a bad title on them with no information? Wow, look how Puffy, I don't agree with what he supposedly did, but look how the whole black community turned on him as soon as them charges came up. They don't do that to their white people. Epstein, he did the same shit, but them white people ain't turn on them like that. They deny that shit and act like it ain't happened. What we do, we go and promote it. We go, turn our back on them. This is why we can't never get no solid black leader to lead no movement. Because as soon as they do the least little thing, they find out about, we turn our back right on them. So we're going to sacrifice their shit. We got a lot of work to do as a people. We don't need to be worried about no white people, no Trump, no none of that. We need to learn how to love each other. And, you know what I mean?
eBay said that's why I don't support Black Lives Matter.
That shit bullshit. Yeah, that Black Lives Matter was some bullshit. We get caught up in all these terms and slogans. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. And we'll never benefit off none of that shit. And we go right back, even the Kendrick Lamar shit. Everybody talking about, oh yeah, yo, that was symbolic. Man, fuck Kendrick Lamar, ain't that fake ass symbolism. We know the country divided, but what you do after the show, we go right back to the same behavior. So what's the point? What's the fucking point? Fuck that halftime show. We always getting up there in front of the master and want to dance and cater to the fucking master instead of really doing something for your people. We want to show a solution, create a skit play where we kill each other and show some resolve at the end. Fuck trying to show this disunity. We know we disunited, but you ain't doing nothing. Got Serena up there crip walking, and we act like we like that shit. There's something to cheer about that bullshit more.
Well, you did see him. They showed a lot of stuff that he did behind the scenes, but besides that Super Bowl stuff.
We need transparency, not symbolism. We know what the fuck been going on in the country. We need some solutions to how we gonna come together as a people. That don't make us come together. He got 5 Grammys for tearing Drake down. Come on, man. It's like we just keep supporting the same attack on each other. We keep supporting the feud. We ain't supporting the peace. Now, if he came out and said, damn, I'm gonna bring peace to my brother, we're gonna kill his beef, that's something to cheer for.
But Drake is not claiming to be American.
It don't matter whether he's American, he's still a brother almost. You know, he represents the hip hop culture. So it's like you want to create unity, not more division, and make you pick one side over the other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we still perpetuating division and cheering them on for damn yo smash, yo crush jig and that. We keep feeding the same shit.
But when you said that, all right, you didn't say that when Drake tore the fur off Meek Mills and just almost.
I mean, it's hard, but it's the same thing. But I ain't going no fucking at the Super Bowl in front of the whole world to try to call yourself drawing symbolism to highlight what's going on in America. Like the world don't know that. We know that. The only ones that nobody else give a damn. We the ones need to give a damn because we the only ones killing each other in the hood. Mm-hmm. Them other races, they ain't killing each other like we are. So they don't need turning on America, the same motherfucker you need, because we don't know how to farm, we don't know how to fish, we don't know how to hunt, we don't know how to do none of that. So at the end of the day, we still need the fucking white man, whether we like him or not, because we don't own shit. We got to go through them for every motherfucking thing.
And you know how hard it was when we was out there in that wilderness trying to do.
Yeah, we don't know how to do nothing. Them motherfuckers would say, okay, we're going to start a race war. Fuck them niggas. We're going to just declare war on the motherfuckers. We don't stand a motherfucking chance. We ain't but 13% of the fucking population. We don't know how to do a damn thing.
Thank you for joining us. Anybody that want to come up, we invite y'all. You got anything to say? Send a request. You got any questions?
I'm listening to that.
Yeah. So now, so what's the next big thing you think he's gonna do?
Who that?
Trump. That he said he was going to do. That
he gonna make sure that black people is good. That's what he definitely gonna do. Because the man already came out and declared that the African Americans is the ones that's supposed to benefit off of this nation more than anybody. not the Hispanics, not all these other motherfuckers that been grabbing. We are, because we the real indigenous people of this land. And he said that out of his own mouth. You know what I mean? He got the platinum plan that he adopted from Ice Cube, where it's creating, I think, 500,000 black businesses across the country within the next couple of years. Whereas though money going to be allocated for small black businesses to get started. So the man really going to do some big shit. You know what I mean? And shutting them haters the fuck up.
And I got some false information, enlighten me, about they like so many people not buying Teslas no more because of Elon Musk. They not doing. Everybody is leaving this.
I don't know about that. I ain't seen no bunch of Teslas nowhere on sale nowhere. You know what I mean? I don't know why they hate Slim. He one of the smartest man on the planet. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't you want somebody helping running your government that's a genius? This nigga make rockets and sell it to NASA. He got more information than NASA. Mm-hmm. He helped them keep their shuttles from blowing up. He got some shit called Neuralink, right? And this is because he got so many satellites in the atmosphere now, right? You know how you might go on the subway, on the train station, or wherever, and you can't get service? Mm-hmm. Well, Neuralink help you get service anywhere. There ain't gonna be no such thing as dead zone. So when them people went through that flood down in North Carolina, he implemented his Neuralink so that they can use their cell phone, because otherwise the telephone poles and all that shit was destroyed from the hurricane. He used Neuralink so that everybody can have service. The man is a tech genius. I don't know what their problem is with him. They gonna take, he did a Hitler sign and act like that was the end of the world. Ain't nobody saying that when he was putting down fists with black power. So why the fuck we get mad when somebody else represents? But that, even if he is want to support the Nazis, he a white man. What the fuck you expect him to do? Mm. Like we just be like unbelievable without expectations.
I guess they going by when he doing the night because all of the slaughtering that they was doing.
They didn't slaughter us. They slaughtered the Jews. So why are we always looking to be a victim in everybody's story? We always crime victim. Oh yeah, that mean. So what? I'm glad he did that shit, nigga. That mean come together and fill your own people. You know what I mean? Like shit. I'm glad he did do it. What the fuck, man? If he would throw black power fists out there, then they would say he trying to be black. You faking. So it's like you can't win with our people, man. We fucked up. We gonna have something negative to say no matter what. And when that man leave office, they're gonna be looking back, talking about how great you were. Damn, with shit. One thing about Trump, if Trump was in there, well, they wouldn't have that shit. No, they gonna miss him. They only miss real revolutionaries. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He the one gave out the stimulus package then. He didn't get the chance to run good as soon as he got in office, he was hit with COVID. The fucking thing. And when he was calling that shit out about China, he run on Fauci, fake ass Fauci come. Trump was against Fauci the whole time. Everybody like, I will not listen to the doctor. Come to find out Fauci was the biggest fraud ever. Lying to the people, getting us to put that motherfucking hype up in our arm. I'm glad I ain't take that fucking vaccine. I ain't take none of that shit.
Dang. You ain't take nothing.
I ain't take none of that because I know how the game go. I know what kind of country system this is.
So are you sure you think it's a chip that they were putting in us?
No, but it's something that can. Yeah, because Kyrie Irving ain't taking it. It's like conscious people ain't really fuck with it. But they made it so in fear that like making us feel like if we don't take it, we gonna die. No, and I can understand. You don't lose your job.
Yeah, and
all the motherfuckers in the military that they got expelled out the military because they didn't want to take it. Trump re-enlisted all them motherfuckers. Everybody lost their job or lost their money based around not taking that shot. He re-implemented that shit so that they can get their back paid for that shit. Because they forced us to take that shit. No, it's like we gotta take that shit. And people scared. I've been digging people dying. You don't know. But we didn't do no research. We bring this fucking Fauci in there. He ain't an elected official. So why they mad because Elon ain't elected? Fauci, brother, he doesn't credit anybody, know nothing about him. And then we start listening to him. Got us wearing masks. Most of us dying, catching carbon dioxide poisoning because we breathing back in our own carbon dioxide for them fucking masks. Where the masks come from? China. Why would we put on some shit that come from the people that gave us the shit? Yeah. It's like, so we've been had. Biden and them sold us the fuck out, man. All that shit. We need to fucking turn the city. Only way this city gonna change unless we go red. and go Republican in this city, shit changed. Because the Republicans about to get that money. They ain't about no welfare system. They're about, look, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a difference. I ain't going to give you shit, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to make your own future better. The Democrats saying, no, don't do nothing. We're going to just give you these welfare programs, and they tax you on the back end because it look like they're giving you something, but really they taxing the fuck out you on the back end. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we better wake up. Look at all the Democratic cities in this country. All of them suffering. All the black communities is suffering.
Oh, would be dead. Negro, thank you for joining us. Going to everybody that joined us, going to the YouTube page, subscribe and like to the Petty Ass Podcast. We come on every Thursday at 7 p.m. We came on early because this is a special segment today. The Trump segment. It's called the New World Order. And we had 4 guests that opted out because they was Trump haters. They wasn't Trump supporters. And we have a Trump supporter right here, and he was ready to answer any questions for the ones that had some. They a lot of people be saying a lot of slick stuff behind doors and be like saying this, and then they be bringing you down, making you not really making you change the way you thinking.
Trump ain't gonna need to pass out them stimulus checks.
Absolutely. These motherfuckers, everybody loved Trump all the way up until he became president. That's crazy.
So when we gonna see how the whole universe is going to change when this money.
Oh, they're gonna shut the fuck up. They're gonna be bringing in there to cash them checks. If you really thought it was a racist, why you wanna let the racists feed your family, help you pay your bills? It's hard to take the money from them, though, right? Even though Kamala and the man gave you a dime, not one dime. They done gave everything away, right in your fucking face. She gave Beyonce all this money, Meg Thee Stallion all this money to go and twerk for a presidential convention. And then you got some fucking abortion buses outside of the Democratic National Convention promoting killing black babies. And we act like we picking her because she's supporting abortion. Be more responsible with your fucking body. That shit should only be for motherfuckers that was raped or molested. And it's less than 1% of them cases that happen. Most of them abortions that happen, where them Planned Parenthoods at in most black communities. Aborting black babies and annihilating our race. And she the one selling that shit to us. It's like, come on, man, we gotta wake the fuck up.
Black people get more abortions than anybody.
Yeah, it's like, because we too reckless with what we doing with our bodies and shit and sex. And we want a right to just kill as many babies or have as many and just live on welfare. Nah, we gotta raise the fuck up, black people.
What you think they did with all that? What you think they did with all that money that they was giving just to bring the illegal immigrants over here and shelter? Even they was bringing all the the violent people over here, and they was giving them safe havens all around. They gave all this money, and they wouldn't give us no grant money.
Yeah, they was giving them check money on their stamp card. This is because they unregistered voters, and they needed them in the country so that they can help beat Trump. They wanted them in the country so that they can just vote Democratic to try to beat Trump. But that shit ain't work because they not registered. And most of the Democratic poll stations, they didn't require ID because they trying to get as many votes as possible to out, and you'll still beat it by a landslide. Yeah. Giving them money, paying them like they was trying to really pay for the election. And it's like, if that ain't enough to wake our people up, what the fuck will?
Real shit.
It's like, damn, it's like they stole it from them the first time. This is why the motherfuckers went up and stormed the motherfucking Capitol building on January the 6th, because they know they robbed them and stole the shit. They say, how they want to pardon them? That's gangster. Pardon all them niggas. Everybody roll with me, pardon them. You supposed to. How we gonna get mad because they you're pardoning them? We so cutthroat that we don't even know what loyalty look like. Because that's loyalty. You go and get locked up for something that you ain't do. And your whole neighborhood come out to support you, go down to the police station and protest for you, and they get locked up, and you get in power. You supposed to get them out. How you gonna leave them in jail? And they only in jail for you. What kind of person is that? So it's like anybody that support that, show you where their mentality is. Y'all cutthroat. How you get mad at the man for pardoning the people that went down there and rioted for him and came through for him? That's crazy. How you gonna let them out? Why wouldn't he? They down there for him because they know he was robbed out the election. Even though he ain't necessarily tell him go do it, But this is what supporters do. They feel like they've been unjustly treated. We're gonna do a coup and we're gonna steal that motherfucker. Fuck it.
They was vigilantes.
Vigilantes, yeah, whatever the fuck, good. That's what you need. See, we don't understand that because we ain't got nobody to ride for us. When we go down, we turn on each other. We find every reason not to support them. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, I can't believe you did. Oh, no, I ain't with that. That's how we do. Until we change that behavior, we'll never understand that power structure.
So I thank y'all for joining us, man, and coming on here and listening to the New World Order for Trump. And we had a nice little couple of questions and stuff like that for the panel. So, Bud, I thank you for coming to.
Indeed, always. You know what I mean? Now people gotta wait to fuck up.
And then you be spitting it where as though passionate, where as though they gotta listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gravitate. You make them gravitate to you.
And I spit this shit on my TikTok. My TikTok name is Thoughttrients. Just like nutrients. Nutrients is nutrition for the body. Thougtrients is nutrition for the mind. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's Thougtrients. THOUGHTRIENTS 7. Thougtrients 7. That's my TikTok. I spit all this kind of Trump shit. I got my mega hats on. I got all my Trump shit on. All that. Letting motherfuckers know. Stop fucking following the herd. You better think for your fucking self because we'll never know what opportunity look like until that shit already passed us by. This is the greatest time to be alive. This is the golden age right now. If a motherfucker can't come up and benefit off this administration right now, then you'll never get it because it ain't gonna never get better than this time we're in right now. And as long as you're on the sideline hating and discriminating and letting your emotions dictate your course, you're gonna be left the fuck behind. So y'all better wake up and catch the fuck up and make some changes in your choices and think with logic and not your emotions.
Can I get one request?
Yes, sir.
Can I get a spoken word?
This word. Which one?
I only heard one because I came late. But give me something that
I'm gonna give you something brief.
Yeah.
Black people, listen up. We gotta step our fucking game up. We went from angelic beings to pharaohs and kings, but now take a look at us. We like laughing stock of the races. The Hispanics already outpaced us, and we attacking each other with misplaced rage. You can see the hate in our faces. But look, all we got is us. And I know at times life is a bitch, but we gotta stick together and put our minds together and stop making grave diggers rich. We like martyrs without a cause. We blind on suicide missions. But when the verdict is read, guilty is charged, we fight everything but the conviction.
This is what we do, man. We go to poetry readings. We get back to the youth. We got Uncommon Dialogue. We got Goon Talk. This is what we do. We get a platform for people that really got something to spit in knowledge.
That's
and
right.
Stuff like that. Shout out the Hill Group for Lock Kemp.
That's right. Hill, Uncommon Dialogue, big male engagement groups where we teach positive alternatives to misdirection. So shout us out, come through. You want some more information? Holler at Lump. I have my group once a week, man. On Tuesdays, we build, we get it in. Just trying to elevate minds of our people and try to be a resource, man. Instead of tearing each other down, we gotta lift each other up because the world don't give a fuck about our pity. They don't give a fuck about us as a people. We know that. And the one thing I liked about back in the 60s, before Martin Luther King, chump ass came with that integration, when them white people ain't let us in and they ain't want us to use their bathrooms and their restaurants, it taught us how to come together. This is how Black Wall Street came about because we wasn't accepted. So we said, okay, we want to accept ourselves. And it's when Martin Luther King came with that integration shit, we started looking back on our own people and started trying to kiss up to the white man to fit into their establishments. And my thing always been hell with their establishments. Let's build our own. And until we build our own, we'll never be able to appreciate shit.
So you saying that? So you're Malcolm X?
I'm Malcolm X all day, never Martin Luther King. He told us to turn our other cheek. I ain't with none of that. I'm by any means necessary. Let's hold it down, hold the line. You know what I mean?
Hold it down!
King taught us to turn the other cheek, passive aggression. He didn't mean no harm. He just thought he was doing something good, but he said it out his own mouth. He said, my biggest fear is that I led my people into a burning building, meaning that when we integrated, that was the worst thing could happen because we ain't never had the unity that we had since then. And it's like he almost indirectly kind of sold our people out. Indirectly, he didn't intentionally get. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want you to. See, this is what the white establishment want. They want us to take that passive approach so we don't fight back. You know what I mean? And just turn the other cheek. They love that because then they can keep the upper hand. They ain't like Malcolm X. Malcolm was loyal to his wife. Malcolm was about principles. He had discipline. He was about standing up for your own and fighting back. They don't want us to know that. That's why I don't agree with this Black History Month. The way we should get rid of it. That's what my thing was. And people say, how can you say that? Because our people, history don't start at no fucking slavery. We was kings and queens. We was kings and queens. How we keep starting that slavery?
Yeah, we gotta come again with
yeah, like for real.
It's so much knowledge and look because I like that. Yeah.
We keep revisiting our pain. Fuck that. I'm not teaching no kids about how we were slaves. I don't want them to even know that shit. I want them to know your greatness. We the only one perpetuate our own pain and think the world won't feel sorry for us. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see no 12 years a slave and no slave movies when we always the victim and getting whipped. Because that program,
roots. You grew up on roots, man. You grew up on roots.
I don't want to see that shit, and I ain't teaching no kids that. I'm gonna teach them when we was kings and queens and how great we was. I can teach them how we suffered.
They ran none of them books in the public schools and nothing like that, bro.
What you mean? They
in the library, but no, I'm talking about in public schools that we came through.
Because they're white schools. Why would they teach us about our greatness? They're going to teach us about our pain and suffering so we can know how to stay in order and follow the line. But now you got Google and everything else. You can research it. It's our duty to teach them kids that. And I keep teaching them that slave shit. Fuck that. They need to remove all that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Breaker 19. Breaker 19. I thank y'all for joining the petty.
Appreciate y'all for listening, no doubt.
This is what we do. We got it in today, y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all for joining us.
I appreciate you, bro. Absolutely.